Of course, Conrad West, his comments about black politicians has galvanized me into making this video here. I noticed a long time ago he appeared on the screen and he moved up and so forth and so on. I did a little check back into his background and I noticed that he lived in California and he went to Harvard at 17. Now, they said he graduated with Middle Eastern Studies. Now, they did not say what he did with his master's and his doctorate, but within 10 years he got his doctorate. And he teaches at Princeton. He had various different stints here and there, even at Harvard Divinity School. So he must have done some theology or some religion somewhere along the line, and various other top schools. And so now he's at Princeton. There was one commentator said that he decided to go to Princeton because he might be the only black or in the department and so on. Then he could, carry on. But if he had gone to a school with other blacks, then they would have, shown that basically, what the deal is. However, when I listen to his views over time, I find that he sounds like he has studied a lot of mythology, Greek mythology about the Phoenix and so on and so forth. Then, of course, having taught here, I am wondering if he was a different student, if he was really, interested in school and, studied widely or just followed what they said and never even did any studies other than what was done in class. But I'm going to give him the credit and say that, he's good. And then his face looks like Dr. Rodney and other scholars from the third world that, read the whole book and memorize the whole book. But for his position on black politicians, I think that it begins to show that something isn't right with his education or the way he thinks. And then he has some of these black power people and all that kind of stuff. But let me look at the issue of the black leadership and their failure to accomplish a lot for blacks. Now, America is not Africa or Jamaica. And we know just recently in the 60s we had a whole bunch of civil rights problems and so forth. And many people are saying we've come far away now where blacks could be elected to office and even be president. But to beat up black leaders for not accomplishing anything for the black community, I think shows a lack of understanding and a triviality that's so sort of dangerous. Because this is still a white-dominated society. And while you're allowed to run for office, you might be one on a committee. And except you're, proposing something that the majority wants, it's not going to go anywhere. And to fault them for not getting anything accomplished is not to understand the dynamics. And similar with the president. I mean, he could want to do anything for anybody. Even for whites, he wants to do things and he's getting a big opposition. So for him to blame the president, so even trying to get things done for white folks is being voted down. So much less if he were to say he's going to give all black people reparation, or he's going to give black people, move the whites out to that area and put the blacks in there. I mean, he's going to have so much opposition. And if West were really thinking, you'll see the fact. I mean, you could do so much, but you can't accomplish some things that are impossible. And I'm going to leave this for another video, but I mean, black folks have had their chance in the past and we blew it. And this is white people time. So as a scholar and as a historian and as a theologian, you should understand this. So you can't blame Obama for not accomplishing